So for 2014, do we desire new results? And it doesn't mean that our results in the past are better or worse. It's just that as we want to evolve and grow and advance, we probably have bigger visions or bigger, our mission is still there to be accomplished. And so changing our paradigms to produce different results is probably the fastest way to move on. And it requires a dialogue. And this time, the dialogue is with ourselves. It is very easy to have dialogue with others because we're bouncing ideas, and someone is saying one thing, and then we'll probably add to it, or we reflect and we question and we respond. But when we have a dialogue with ourselves, it's even more exciting because we really have to be truthful, and we have to be very, very aware of the triggers that we get, that we feel when we ask certain questions. For instance, if we're going to talk about a topic that it has been taboo for many years, and it's a topic of money, the topic of love, the topic of relationships, the topic of, let me see what else that is important, health. Sometimes those topics, when we question ourselves, we have to be very truthful and get to a true dialogue where when we ask questions, for instance, how are you doing? Or, the question is, how are your finances at this particular time? Or how is your health? How are you taking care? How am I taking care of my health? How am I taking care of my relationships? Those questions are tough questions sometimes because we really have to be honest and get to answer with truth, and so that we become aware of what it is at this particular moment, and then that we can transform it if that's our desire. In another video, I wrote the process of changing our paradigms, and it starts with number one, with awareness. Number two, we have to make a decision to change and be motivated. Number three, we have to get the knowledge. How do we do it? How to make that transformation. And one way is what I'm just doing right now. It is asking questions to ourselves, becoming truthful to where we are at this particular moment, regardless of the triggers, etc., etc. That's one way. And number three, once we have the knowledge on how to do it, and we need to do it, we need to actually take the steps. And number four is to practice and to have reinforcement, is to do it over and over and again so that it becomes a habit of questioning ourselves so that we could move on and change those paradigms that are not serving us at a particular time.